Hello everyone, today I want to talk about how to keep your vibration high around negative people. So I want to say every single human being out there is going to encounter someone that is negative or that is just not on the same vibration or frequency as you are. So I'm going to give you some tools and some techniques for you to handle that. I want to start off this video by saying that nobody can make you feel a certain way, and don't ever forget your power that you hold. And the power that you hold is that you are always in control of your feelings and emotions, and you're always in control of your internal state regardless of what's happening externally. So it's really important that you keep that in the back of your mind all the time, and that will really help for you to deal with encountering negative people and negative situations. That will really help you to stay grounded. So the first tool that I like to use is avoidance. And I know you might be like, well, that's not really possible. I still want to voice that avoidance is probably the most powerful way for you to not let the energy of negative people affect you, because people have an energy field around them. Okay, they have thought forms floating around them. So when you're in their vicinity, whether or not you're conscious of it, whether or not you think you can control it, their thought forms are going to influence your thought forms and your subconscious mind. And as I've said in previous videos, brains naturally entrain, which means mimic the vibration of the field outside of them. They naturally want to synchronize with frequencies outside of them. That's why people get brainwashed so easily. That's why if you're in a really negative environment, you feel negative. It's because your brain waves are literally in training to that new negative energy frequency. So the most powerful way is simply to avoid, okay? And do it as much as you can. You can limit your time with them. You can not engage in conversations with them as much. And you can really just make a conscious effort to realize that they're on a different path than you are. Like, it's not like you're better than them, but they're on a different path than you are, and their energy is affecting your energy in a way that you don't like, okay? And just consciously make the effort to avoid as much as possible, because that's the easiest way to keep your vibration high. It's just them not being there, right? But if that is not possible, my second piece of advice is to not engage in a negative subject matter with them. And this is a technique that a lot of very powerful spiritual teachers, spiritual gurus, if you want to call them that, they do this. And it's when people try to engage in gossip or complaining or victimization, or they're trying to make you feel bad for them, or any sort of a negative conversation. Very powerful spiritual leaders and teachers actually don't even respond to statements like this, to people trying to have these conversations with them. Okay, and realize that if you're engaging in a gossipy conversation, you are giving permission to put yourself in a negative state of mind. You're actually choosing to do that subconsciously by engaging in, like, oh, Sally did this to Bob. Oh my God, what's wrong with her? Okay, so you're in a judgmental point of view, and then therefore you're in a negative frequency, matching their negative frequency. So you don't have to engage in gossip. You don't have to engage in complaining about the government or about society or whatever that people are complaining about, right? Like, there's so many endless things that you can think about to complain about. What you can do to be graceful about it is either just not respond to the statement, or you can change the subject to something more positive. Point out something positive about life. I always like to point out the positive, and I always like to express gratitude in front of them, because when you're expressing the emotion of gratitude, you're bringing their energy up to your level so that they can feel thankful too, and they can change their perspective on what they don't like to what they do like. And that's going to be a much more powerful and meaningful conversation. Now, it's not going to be easy at first to do this. I learned this. It's not easy at all, especially if you are in the process of raising your vibration from a lower set point to a higher set point, because you'll be used to having these negative types of conversations. You're going to actually have to really consciously work hard to really pay attention to the energy dynamic of the conversation and the subject matter of the conversation. But the more and more you do it, like it's a skill, it's a muscle, the easier you're going to become at directing a conversation to become something more positive and meaningful. And then it will just become second nature to you. And then once it becomes second nature to you, either these people will fall away naturally, it just literally happens, they just won't want to spend time with you anymore because they won't be able to relate to you anymore. You won't be responding the way that they like anymore. So they'll naturally not want to spend as much time with you, and you naturally won't want to spend as much time with them either. So naturally, they'll just fall out of your social circle. Or the other person will meet you halfway and they will raise their vibration as well, and they will be open to your perspectives, to maybe what you're learning. You know, maybe you'll ignite their own spiritual awakening. That's amazing. And the last thing that you can do is to raise your frequency as much as you possibly can and do the inner work. Because the higher and higher and higher your frequency is, the less people can have an effect on you. The more their negative energy patterns are going to bounce off you, because you'll have such a strong energy field around you that's very difficult to influence. The best way to do this is to do the inner work, let go of your shadows, let go of your limiting beliefs. Remember, you naturally have a very high energetic set point, and really the work of it is letting go of the traumas that you've experienced, of the limiting beliefs that you have developed in your life. And the more you shed and the more you let go, the higher and higher you're going to be vibing, right? Keep doing the inner work every single day. Embrace opportunities to let go of negative beliefs. Embrace negative emotions when they come up. I know it's hard. I know it's like you don't want to feel crappy all day, but it's an amazing opportunity for you to let go of whatever is coming up that day so that you can feel lighter and raise your frequency. Every day, make a conscious effort to connect with the universe, to connect with your higher self, to connect with the powerful, elevated feelings of gratitude, love, and joy, to feel it so that you can continue to keep raising and raising your frequency. And you will naturally, if you are consciously intending to want to raise your frequency, you will naturally follow the path that you need to follow, the divine path that was set before you for you to evolve your soul here on earth. You'll naturally fall into it if you cultivate trust in the universe, trust in the process, and gratitude. It's so important. If you have hiccups, if you are in a reactionary state of mind rather than a responsive state of mind with something really negative, check out my video, 3 powerful ways to respond rather than react, because that will really help you in your encounters with negative people as well. So I'll link it in the end screen right here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.